what great nations do. We in America are misinformed. Reality shows have warped our idea of what a hero is, or what the truth is.
You take people like Jay-Z and Pusha T, they made their living killing our people, so how the fuck they gonna stand up? You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No, if they told the truth, they'd go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you have liars.
You look at an interview from me from 10 years ago, everybody says, I love that interview. People didn't love it back then, though, because I was speaking to the future. I'm 10 years ahead mentally, and I'm trapped in today's time. And every now and then I crack you a smile for 2013, but I'm cracking you a frown for 2023. And I'm focused on what it's gonna be. Just mark my words, as I'm Kanye West, you seen my
vindication for me, because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Beyonce and Jay-Z are linked to Island. What?
Don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. When Kanye West screamed those words, the world laughed. They called him a glitch in the system. They said he'd finally lost his mind. But as of right now, in 2026, the laughter has turned into a blood-chilling silence. The FBI was forced to dump 3 million top-secret Epstein files into the public eye, and buried deep within those pages is a name that was never supposed to be found: Sean Carter Jay-Z. Kanye didn't just warn us, he gave us the damn blueprints. He told us the victim-making machine was running 24/7. He told us that Jay-Z and Pusha T were paying millions to keep their darkest secrets in a shallow grave. And now the grave is open. As you're watching this, reports are surfacing that Jay-Z is desperately trying to flee the country after his name was linked to an anonymous victim who claims she was drugged, with Pusha T acting as her handler, only to wake up in a room with the king of Brooklyn himself. This isn't just a celebrity scandal. It's a total cultural collapse. We're talking about rituals, black goo, and a lineup of monsters that Kanye saw coming a decade ago. Why did the Shade Room delete the evidence? Why is everyone in the industry suddenly terrified to speak his name? Because the prophet of hip-hop was right. The execution has begun. Jay-Z is running, the files are leaking, and the truth about the dirty South Empire is about to burn everything down. Don't look away, because once you see what's in these 3 million documents, the music will never sound the same again. See, they told you he was crazy. For over a decade, the media, the labels, and the elite have worked overtime to paint Kanye West as a man who lost his grip. But look at the tapes. Look at the 2013 interviews where he's staring into the soul of the camera, telling us he's 10 years ahead. He wasn't talking about fashion. He was talking about a total moral collapse. Kanye saw the lineup before we even knew there was a game being played. He saw that the reality shows and the glitz were just a smokescreen, a way to warp our idea of what a hero is, while the real monsters operated in the shadows. And at the center of that shadow stands the one man Kanye says is the ultimate architect: Jay-Z. Kanye didn't just drop names, he dropped a death warrant for the industry's reputation. He screamed that Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters, and for years, we let the victim-making machine keep grinding. But why now? Why is the world finally listening? Because the 3 million files the FBI tried to hide are finally screaming back. These documents don't just contain names, they contain the DNA of an empire built on silence and handlers. Kanye explicitly pointed to Jay-Z and Pusha T, claiming they made their living killing our people. He wasn't talking about street violence, he was talking about the systemic destruction of the youth. He warned that they have to lie, because if they told the truth about how they stayed at the top of the mountain, they wouldn't be in a penthouse, they'd be in a federal cell. Think about the sheer power it takes to stay untouchable for 30 years. R. Kelly fell. Diddy is in shackles. But Jay-Z? He's always the one left standing. Kanye's transcript reveals a terrifying theory. Jay-Z isn't just a survivor. He's a mastermind who knows exactly when to sacrifice a pawn to save the king. Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. It's the ultimate betrayal in a world where loyalty is just a marketing slogan used to sell records. While we were vibing to the music, Kanye was watching the moves. He saw the millions being paid to bury secrets. He saw the way the culture was being steered by people who don't care about the community. They only care about the program. The most chilling realization is that Kanye's 2023 frown was a warning for the 2026 reality we are living in right now. He knew that by the time the FBI files were pressured out, the monsters would already be looking for an exit strategy, and the timing is beyond suspicious. As soon as the names started leaking from the Epstein database, as soon as the victim testimonies about being drugged in a room with the kingpin started circulating, the rumors of Jay-Z fleeing the country hit a fever pitch. This isn't just a man taking a vacation. It's a man who realizes the walls are finally closing in. Kanye told us to mark his words. He told us we've seen his execution, and now we are seeing his vindication. The prophet of Atlanta didn't break down. He broke the code. And now that the code is broken, the empire has nowhere left to hide. 3 million. That's the number that should haunt every boardroom in the music industry. 3 million files the FBI fought for years to keep under lock and key, claiming they were unfit for public consumption. But the pressure became too much, and the dam finally broke. So what spilled out wasn't just data. It was a map to the underworld of the elite. And tucked inside those documents is a testimony so disturbing it makes the Diddy freak-offs look like a playground. According to the files, an anonymous victim has come forward with a story that places Jay-Z directly in the center of the Epstein web. This isn't just a rumor on a message board anymore. This is a sworn statement alleging that the King of New York was in the room while the most heinous crimes imaginable were being committed. The transcript details are sickening. The victim claims she was drugged, her mind slipping into a black hole, and the person acting as her handler, the person responsible for delivering her into that room, was reportedly Pusha T. Let that sink in. Who was the man Kanye West called a monster years ago, is now being named as the facilitator for a nightmare. The victim claims she woke up in a room with Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter. She didn't say Jay-Z was just a guest. She described a scene where these titans of industry operated with a total lack of fear, as if they were protected by a shield of billions. This is exactly what Kanye meant when he said these men made their living killing our people. It's not about the streets. It's about the systematic harvesting of the innocent for the pleasure of the powerful. Why was Jay-Z there? Why is his name surfacing now, right after reports of him desperately trying to flee the country? The timing isn't just a coincidence, it's a panic response. The files suggest that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't just a financier. He was a hub for people who wanted to indulge in their darkest impulses without consequences. And in that world, Jay-Z was a VIP. For years, we were told these were business meetings, but the documents tell a story of encounters with royalty, politicians, and billionaires that were orchestrated with military precision. Kanye warned us that Jay and Pusha were paying millions to bury these secrets, and now we see why. A secret this big doesn't just ruin a career, it ends a legacy. It turns a god into a predator in the eyes of the public. But the most terrifying part of Part 2 isn't just the names, it's the mechanism of the cover-up. The transcript alleges that Jay-Z has been slipping through the cracks for decades because he is the ultimate ringleader. While R. Kelly was the obvious target and Diddy was the flamboyant distraction, Jay-Z was the silent partner, the man who supposedly owned the media outlets that would otherwise expose him. Look at the Shade Room incident. A post goes up about Jay-Z being in the Epstein files, and within minutes, it's scrubbed from the internet. That's not an accident. That's a phone call from a powerful person who is terrified of the truth. Kanye told us we have liars as the face of our culture, and as the 3 million files continue to be decoded, it's becoming clear that the biggest lie of all was the idea that Jay-Z was ever one of us. He wasn't building a culture. According to these files, he was building a cage. It's not just about the money. It's not just about the freak-offs or the secret flights. There is a darker, more spiritual layer to this empire that the public is only now beginning to grasp. In the transcript, Kanye speaks about a victim-making machine that goes beyond physical abuse. It's about a total soul-crushing ritualism. For years, the internet has buzzed with theories about the Illuminati and satanic imagery in hip-hop. But now, the voices of actual artists are adding weight to the madness. Singer MIA broke the silence in 2024, claiming that signing to Jay-Z's Rock Nation wasn't just a business move. It was an invitation into a nightmare. She alleged that she was pressured to undergo plastic surgery and participate in rituals that involved drenching herself in red fluids and black goo. This sounds like the plot of a horror movie, but for those inside the circle, it was the price of admission. Think about the imagery we've been fed for decades. The horns, the blood, the occult symbolism that Beyoncé and Jay-Z have made their aesthetic. We called it art. We called it creative expression. But the transcript suggests a much more literal interpretation. Comedian Corey Holcomb hasn't held back, explicitly accusing Jay-Z and Beyoncé of taking people to the Epstein Islands for rituals. This isn't just about partying. It's about a culture of predators who believe they are gods. Holcomb's words were haunting. Beyoncé was on that island where they was expletive kids. The media gives her a pass because of her voice and her queen status, but the files and the whistleblowers are painting a picture of a known participant who uses her platform to distract the masses while the monsters feed in the shadows. Why the black goo? Why the obsession with devil horns and black masses in stadium performances? According to the transcript and industry insiders, these are not just symbols. They are markers of allegiance. They are meant to tell the rest of the elite that you are down with the program. MIA claimed she was told she could thank Beyoncé once she made it, but the cost was her soul. She refused to swim in goop to sell a record, and she was sidelined for it. But others stayed. Others played the game. And now, as the Epstein files link these same names to a network of human trafficking and child exploitation, the rituals don't look like art anymore. They look like evidence. Kanye West warned us that the culture is being led by liars and witches. And as we look at the lineup, the spiritual rot is impossible to ignore. The transcript asks a terrifying question. Why does Jay-Z keep slipping through the cracks? The answer might be in the rituals themselves. If you have everyone, the media, the politicians, the other stars, participating in the same dark acts, no one can ever tell the truth. It's a pact made in blood. But the pact is breaking. From Foxy Brown's alleged grooming at 16 to the high society encounters, orchestrated by Epstein and Maxwell, the curtain is being pulled back on a satanic elite that used hip-hop as their playground. Jay-Z, the ringleader, is reportedly terrified because he knows he can't control the narrative once the rituals are exposed. The music is stopping, the lights are coming on, and the gods of the industry are starting to look like the monsters Kanye told us they were. The wall of silence has finally been breached by the one man the industry can't scare, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. While the rest of the world was whispering in fear, 50 Cent took to the internet to confirm what we all suspected. The Epstein files aren't just a rumor. They are a death sentence for the Rock Nation legacy. Damn, they got Jay-Z on the Epstein list. I gotta do a doc on this, 50 posted, sending the internet into a total tailspin. This isn't just a rap beef anymore. This is a heavyweight champion of the streets, calling out the supposed kingpin for his alleged ties to the most disgusting network in human history. 50 Cent is betting on the fact that once the public sees the receipts, no amount of money or media influence can save Sean Carter. But look at the counterattack. The transcript reveals a terrifying level of media manipulation. Minutes after the news broke about Jay-Z and Pusha T being named in the 3 million files, the Shade Room, one of the most powerful platforms in urban culture, deleted the post. Gone. Scrubbed. As if it never happened. This is the media control Kanye West was screaming about. When you own the platforms, you own the truth. But they didn't account for the glitch in their system. They didn't account for the fact that people were screen recording in real time. The transcript highlights the sheer panic in the elite circles. They are making phone calls, pulling strings, and trying to bury the Epstein connection before it reaches a point of no return. 50 Cent is pointing directly at this cover-up, asking the world, "Who is this guy? Why is he the only one slipping through the cracks?" The hypocrisy is what's driving the rage. The transcript points out that while the media was busy dragging R. Kelly and Diddy, Jay-Z was being celebrated at the Super Bowl, hand-picking artists like Kendrick Lamar and Bad Bunny to distract the masses. But the files tell a different story. They tell a story of a man who allegedly worked with Harvey Weinstein, a man who allegedly stood in the room while girls were being drugged, and a man who has been down with the program since the days of Foxy Brown. 50 Cent is exposing the lineup, claiming that Jay-Z is the one sending everyone else to jail to act as a shield for his own crimes. Why did the NFL work with him? Why did the brands stay? Because the secrets he holds on everyone else are the ultimate currency. But the pressure is building to a boiling point. Even with celebrities like Lizzo and DJ Academics allegedly coming to Jay's defense, the public isn't buying it anymore. The transcript slams these defenders, pointing out that their opinions are tainted by their own scandals. The distraction tactics are failing. 50 Cent's promised documentary, The Reckoning, is being framed as the final nail in the coffin. He's digging into the Rock Nation brunches that allegedly served as scouting grounds for the elite. He's looking at the flight logs. He's looking at the ring Jay-Z was allegedly using to record conversations with Diddy. The hunter has become the hunted. Kanye West gave us the warning, but 50 Cent is providing the ammunition. The untouchable mogul is finally being touched. And the media empire he built to protect himself is starting to burn from the inside out. It's February 2026, and the final boss of the music industry is running out of places to hide. The Department of Justice just finished dumping over 3 million pages of records, a mountain of evidence that the elite fought for years to bury under the Epstein Files Transparency Act. And as the world's eyes scan these documents, the rumors of Jay-Z's departure from the United States aren't just whispers anymore. They are a siren's call. We're seeing reports of sloppy redactions that accidentally left names exposed, and for the first time, the untouchable image of Sean Carter is being shredded in real time. Kanye West didn't just tell us the truth. He gave us a countdown to the moment the King of New York would be forced to abandon his throne. The transcript reveals a chilling pattern that goes all the way back to the late 90s. We're talking about anonymous FBI intake reports where victims identified handlers, people tasked with procuring and drugging young women for the elite, and whose name keeps surfacing in these 2019-era reports. Pusha T, the same man Kanye called a monster. The same man who allegedly acted as the gateway to rooms where Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein were waiting. While Jay-Z's lawyers are calling these claims provably false, the sheer volume of the 3.5 million pages being released suggests that the impossible timeline they're hiding behind is about to collapse. This is the victim-making machine Kanye warned us about, a conveyor belt of exploitation protected by the most powerful legal team in the world. Jaguar Wright said it first. Jay-Z is worse than Diddy. She warned us that when Diddy fell, the real ringleader would start setting people up to save himself. And look at the lineup now. Diddy is in a cell, his empire a smoking ruin, while Jay-Z is reportedly boarding a plane as the FBI fix their technical errors in the document release. The transcript asks, why does Jay-Z keep slipping through the cracks? It's because he's the guy who sends everyone else to jail. He's the one who reportedly recorded his own brothers with a Ring camera to keep them in check. But you can't record the FBI. You can't blackmail 3 million pages of evidence once the public has seen the names. Though the end of the road is here. Whether it's the black goo rituals, the grooming allegations of 16-year-old singers, or the direct link to Epstein's inner circle, the Dirty South Empire is facing a total reckoning. Kanye West's 2013 smile has officially turned into the 2023 frown he promised, and the world is finally realizing that the man we called crazy was the only one who wasn't lying. Jay-Z is allegedly on the move, the Shade Room is deleting posts, and the 50 Cent documentary is about to drop the final hammer. The music has stopped, the lights are on, and the gods are running for the exits. Kanye told us to mark his words. We did. And now, we're watching the execution. The era of secrets is dead. What you've just seen is only the tip of a 3 million-page iceberg that is currently sinking the biggest names in the world. Kanye West was the one man who risked it all to warn us. He stood alone while the industry tried to silence him. And now, every word he spoke is being proven in real time. But here is the terrifying truth. The people Kanye warned us about are the ones who own the platforms you're watching this on. They are the ones who can make videos like this vanish with a single phone call. They don't want you knowing about the lineup. They don't want you tracking those flight logs. They want you to stay distracted by the music, while the monsters slip through the cracks one last time. We are committed to following this trail all the way to the end, no matter who tries to stop us. We are currently decoding the next batch of FBI files that link the black goo rituals directly to the most powerful names in Atlanta and New York. If you want to stay ahead of the media cover-up, if you want to see the footage they are desperately trying to scrub from the internet, you have to act now. This story is moving faster than the news cycle can handle, and once the final boss is exposed, the internet will never be the same. Hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications immediately, because in this industry, silence is complicity. You need to share this video everywhere before the algorithms bury it forever. We need to hear from you in the comments. Is Kanye West finally vindicated? Is the Rock Nation empire falling? Type hashtag Kanye was right if you think the truth is finally out, or tell us if you think this is all a massive setup. The clock is ticking, the files are open, and the world is finally watching. Don't let them hide the truth again. Join the resistance. Subscribe now